Hello, welcome. Myself Savya of class 9th and student of Jyothi Nikethan school would like to interview Ma'am Rajeshri Rajan. Once a famous personality told in his biography, I wouldn't have demolished my grandparents' graveyard if I had a teacher. So before starting the conversation, let me introduce the guest today. She is one of the most experienced teachers in our school and the best teacher I have ever met. She cares us with her unconditional love. Students including me call her mommy just because she cares us like a mother. So let us start now. Good morning, ma'am.
Oh, good morning.
How do you feel today right now?
Oh, very happy.
So let me start today's topic with a simple and humble one.
Okay.
So why did you choose teaching as your profession?
So teaching was actually a dream for me right from my school days. When I was a little girl, I used to pick up the chalks which was lying down on the floor in my school. You see, during those days, chalks were not that easily available as we get today. And there were no rolling boards also. So I used to write this at the back of my door when on a Sunday afternoon, when everybody at home used to take a nap, especially my parents. I used to arrange the chairs in front of the door, close the door, and I used to write it with a chalk, all the notes on the board, that is considering the door to be a board, and teach the children the empty chairs in front of me. My parents used to lie down with closed eyes and they used to listen to me, and I used to think that they were sleeping. And when I became a teacher, they were the most happiest person on the earth.
I wish if every children had such blessed parents like her parents.
Oh, thank you.
So can you share some of the best experiences as a teacher?
See, it's a long way that I've gone through. One most unforgettable incident in my life is that once I was teaching in a Pala college where children, I don't know, I used to love them, I used to scold them. But after their studies, they had a reunion about 2 years ago. They had invited many of us. I was one amongst them. But what they did was something which I had not even dreamed of. They gave me a chair, they provided me with a chair, and they did what I should say, which was not expected at all. They did Pada Puja of mine. There were about 70 to 80 students who had gathered over there. Each one of them washed my legs, touched my feet, and I had to give them blessings. That is one of the most unforgettable incidents in my life. And once again, when I was standing in the road, one boy who had nearly gone bald now, he came on the road, touched my feet, and he said that, "You were my teacher once upon a time." Now, children, when they are studying, they have got a different look as age increases. Their looks changes, but it was very happy and a proud moment for me. At least that boy had not forgotten me. The children who remember me or remember each and every teachers they have passed through is an asset for the teacher. One of the greatest asset a teacher receives from a student is that they are not forgotten in life.
So as your student, I have to say one thing. I'm not saying this for sake. Actually, she's just like a mother and she's one big asset for our school, and she's just like a big jewel that God has given to our school. So let me ask you something. There are different kinds of students in a class. Some might be good in studies and other might be not. So how do you manage them all together in a classroom?
See, it is not academics that we give importance to. As far as I am concerned, more than that, I see to the behavior of the children. So even if the children are not good in their studies, I always see that they remain quiet in the class. I prefer children who are smart, but at the same time, somewhere in the corner of my heart, I always find out who is humble over there. So he may not be good in studies, but I always keep on telling them, you should come up in life. So I feel that this is what each and every teacher does, and I'm not doing a great thing. It is something very common All the teachers love their children and they see that they can manage both type of students. It is we who are there to correct them. The children who are good in academics, always a teacher, what I should say, adores a child who is very good in academics. But at the same time, a child may not be good in studies, but if he is humble, we adore them more than that.
So the board exams are coming near. What advice you have to give to the students who are going to write board exams?
So my advice to the children is that this is the right time for them to take up their studies seriously. It is that they should play full importance to studies now, not to any other activities. I always advise my children that you study, you do your work, God will help you. But if you don't study properly, later on in life you will feel guilty. That should not happen. That is why you should spend maximum of your time in your studies rather than any other activities for the time being, because this is the turning point of your life, 10th as well as the 12th standard children.
As a teacher, are you satisfied with your students' performance?
Yes, I am happy, but still they have to come up. That is what we are doing and we have to do. It's still time for them to make up for what they have gone down. All the teachers try their level best to bring up the children in some way or the other. Give them extra coaching, give them extra care, give them extra love and see that they come up.
As a teacher, what do you think? How much hours should a student study?
See, in the olden days it was said that you should get up at Brahma Muhurtam, 4 o'clock. But today's lifestyle has changed, I feel. So we have to also change according to it. Many children find it easy to sit up late in the night. So it is your comfort zone. Some children can sit early in the morning, some can sit late in the night, but see that you don't waste your time. Never sit and doze in front of the book. You are only making your parents think that you are sitting and studying. That is wrong. Whenever you feel like sleeping, close your books and rest for some time. Keep an alarm or ask your parents to wake you up after half an hour or 1 hour and make yourself comfortable and sit and study. You should make maximum use of your time. Go home, take a little bit rest, sit with your books. After that, you can have your dinner, spend a little time with your family and again sit and study. You can sit late up to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, it's left up to you. If you can't wake up in the morning, sit late in the night. If you can wake up in the morning, sleep by 11 o'clock, get up at 5 o'clock. If you can't wake up at 5 o'clock, sit till 1 o'clock in the night and then wake up by 7 o'clock. That's an advice to my dear children, that don't ever feel guilty afterwards in life that you had wasted your time. So it's left up to you, but make maximum use of your time, either in the morning or in the night.
So are you saying that we need to find a time which is...
Exactly. It's your comfort zone. Now in the olden days we were insisting children, or we were insisted to get up at 4:30 because it is the right time when the brain works. But now today's lifestyle has changed. So we can't force the children to get up early if they can't sit and study in the morning. We just can't force them. So each child has got a different way. So it's left up to them to decide.
So now CBSE has changed the way of examinations. They have selected 20 MCQ type questions. I meant objective type. So what is your opinion about that?
See, MCQ questions that is something which plays a very important part in the life of a student. What they should do is that they should read the text somewhere in the corner of the room where they are not disturbed. That too in a sound, an audible sound which they can hear, not silent reading. MCQ questions should not be prepared through silent reading. You read aloud, mark where you feel important, So when you are reading the second time, you can only go through the places where you have marked. So read it aloud. One important thing is that once you hear something from your own voice, it will be recorded in your mind in a better way than silent reading. And the second thing is that your communication will become better if you read aloud. If you are reading silently, your communication cannot be improved. This is one way of improving your communication.
I have heard ancestors saying if you run your fingers through the books, you will grasp it easily.
Yeah. That is, when you are reading, you, instead of running your fingers through it, you mark it with your pencil. So that can improve your memory power when you are reading it for the second time. So you have to only go through the places where you have marked.
So as a student of you, I know that you give importance to the motivational things and you come to a class with new ideas every day and more than the academic things. So how do you think that this will influence the students?
No, whenever I read something, I feel that I should share with my children, and it will influence them some way or the other in their life. It is not for the time being, not at all related to their academics. It is something which they can make use of it later on in life. That is, it will improve their quality of life. I am 101% sure about it.
What do you think character of a student or education is more important for him?
Oh, for me it's character. Education plays a second part. Through education we can mold the character of a child. If it is only for education, at least when the technology has advanced so much, the child can sit at home and just by pressing a button, he can get all the knowledge. No, schools are required. But it is only through schools the character of a child is developed. He mingles with children, he gets advice for each and everything from all the teachers who pass through his life. And many of the things which were told to him during his school days will be remembered by him later on in life.
What part does a teacher play in a student's life?
A school is always a second home. So, a teacher is always a mother to a child. He will never miss his child misses his mother when he comes to school. A teacher is always a mother to a child, and I am sure each and every teacher, whether it is a male or a female, considers the child sitting in front of him as his own child. So all the students of a school are children to each and every teacher.
So you are considering every student as your children?
Yes, no doubt about it.
Or more than that?
Something more than that? I don't know what to say, my dear children.
Can you measure the love towards your children?
No, I just can't measure. It is something which it is like an ocean which cannot be, ocean of water where you cannot measure anything. So my love towards children is always flowing, cannot be measured.
So now it's time to wind up the conversation with my mommy, and thank you so much. I'm really lucky to interview her because she is one of the best experienced teacher in the field of pedagogy. So thank you so much for coming over here and accepting our invitation.
Thank you so much, my dear children, or my dear Savia, for interviewing me. But before I wind up, or before I move from here, let me thank the good Lord for helping me sit over here. Let me thank Zenser and Rubinis and the entire team of management for having laid trust in me. My colleagues who are my daughters and sons over here, the love, care and trust they have laid on me, or what I should say, the unbelievable support they give me in every walks of life. I am very grateful to them, all the teaching and non-teaching staff, my family and my dear children who are there out in front of me. Thank you so much. And one last word, to Ambika Miss, who introduced me to this school. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been in front of the camera.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So ma'am, can I give you a hug, please?
Oh, great.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're blessed.
Thank you.